In this video, we will practice adding signed numbers. Signed numbers are positive and negative numbers. Here are 5 problems. Pause the video right now. Try these problems on your own and then come back to this video to see the solutions. Hopefully, you have spent some time actually doing these problems on your own, and now we'll look at the solutions. Let's start off with the first problem. 118 plus negative 632. When we look at these numbers here, you'll notice that you have a lot more negative than positive, which means the absolute value of the negative is more than the absolute value of the positive. And since you have negative and positive numbers, they're going to cancel each other out, and what will be left over is negative. So since they're canceling each other out, basically what we are doing is 632 minus 118. This is 4, this is 1, and this is 5. So you have negative 514. We can also think about this problem using a number line. So this is our number line, and we're going to start at 118. So this is 0 and this is 118. And since we are adding negative 632, we are adding a negative number, we need to go in this direction. We need to go towards the left, not towards the right. So starting from here, we have to take 632 steps towards the left. When we take 118 steps towards the left, so we've added negative 118 and we have moved towards the left, we reach 0. But we need to take 632 steps towards the left. So we have a lot more to go. We in fact have 514 more steps to take to the left, and that will take us to negative 514. And how did we know that we had to take 514 steps? That's because 118 plus 514 gives you 632. Let's do another problem. Negative 86 plus negative 114. Look at the signs of both these numbers. Both these numbers are negative, which means these numbers are not going to cancel each other out. It will just be more negative. So all you do is simply add up these two numbers and you get 100. You actually get 200. So this is negative 200. It's like saying, okay, I have a debt of 86, or I have a negative bank balance of $86 in one account and a negative bank balance of $114 in another account, and together I owe the bank $200. Or if we were to use the number line, it would be like this. Okay, I have negative 86. So if this is 0 and this is, say, negative 86, and you're adding a negative number, which means that you're going to the left, and you keep going to the left, you're adding negative 114, and that means you'll reach negative 200. Let's do one more problem. Negative 28 plus 100. Now this problem is kind of similar to the first problem. one number is negative and the other number is positive, which means the two numbers are going to cancel each other out, and whichever number has a higher absolute value. So in this case, the positive number has a higher absolute value. So the answer will be positive. And since they are going to cancel each other out, we are going to subtract them. So 100 minus 28, I don't need to stack it this way. 100 minus 28 is 72, and the answer will be positive 72. And if you think about the number line, we are starting at negative 28. Starting at negative 28, but now we are adding a positive number. We are going in this direction. If we go 28 steps in this direction, we reach 0, but we have a total of 100 steps to take, so we have to take 72 more steps, and that takes us to positive 72. Let's look at the fourth problem. In this problem, we have three terms, negative 40, 26, and negative 13, and they're all being added. Now we could just follow the order and we can say, let's add negative 40 plus 26, and whatever answer we get to that, we can then add negative 13 to it. But I am going to do it in a different way. Since all of these are being added, I can actually add them in any order I want. So here is how I'm going to add them. I'm going to add the negative 40 and negative 13 together first. So negative 40 plus negative 13. They're both negative numbers, and since they're both negative, all we need to do is add the absolute values. So 40 plus 13 is 53, and since they're both negative, the answer is going to be negative. If we put it on a number line, it will look like this. We have negative 40, and we are going back in this direction because we are adding negative 13. So we are going to the left, and when we add negative 13, we will land at negative 53. Now we can add the positive number. So negative 53 plus 26. One number is negative and the other number is positive. They're going to cancel each other out because we have some numbers and their opposites, and when we're cancelling, we're basically subtracting them. So we are doing 53 minus 26, and that is 27. So this is 27, and since we have more negative than positive, the answer is going to be negative. The absolute value of negative 53 is higher than the absolute value of positive 26. So once we cancel everything out, 26 will get cancelled out completely, and we'll still have negative 27 left over. And if we were to do this on a number line, here is negative 53, and here is 0, and we are adding a positive number. Since we are adding a positive number, we are going in this direction. So we're adding 26, but it's not enough to take us all the way to 0 or beyond 0. So we are still in the negative land, and we will be at negative 27. Let's do the last problem. That looks like a really long problem. I wonder if there is a way to do this problem efficiently instead of adding one by one. Look at these numbers. What do you notice? You notice that we have a negative 10 and a positive 10. We have a negative 20 and a positive 20. Now, given that all of these are being added, we can add them in any order we want. That's the beauty of addition. So, in what order should we add them so that it makes most sense, it makes it simple? Well, since negative 10 and positive 10 are opposites of each other, Negative 10 plus positive 10 will give you 0. So that's 0. Negative 20, let me change the color. Here. Negative 20 and positive 20, if you add them, that will give you a 0. Negative 30 and positive 30, if you add them, that will give you a 0. And negative 40 and positive 40, if you add them, that will give you a 0. That means all these sums are 0. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0, negative 20 plus 20 is 0, negative 30 plus 30 is 0, negative 40 plus 40 is 0. And all we are left with is this lonely negative 50. So the sum of all these terms is negative 50.